why does everybody really care, and why do we love Trent, and what's going on with that? It's because he's a funny sumbitch. That's why. And he makes me laugh, and we share a common love normally of a lot of things, but one of the things we share definitely a common love for is music. And Live at Chance's house started off with just me and an iPhone and being here and playing some music because I wanted to. And I just thought, hey, this would be cool. And now it's turned into a whole nother thing. So I told him, I said, as part of this deal is that we're going to be talking about some heavy stuff. So let's talk about some light stuff, and let's end this with a happy note, because I want to have a lot more of these conversations and a whole lot less of the other conversations. So I figured, you know what? We'll give everyone a little breath of life and talk about a few things, and then we're going to wrap it up. Guys, I was asked this question, these set of questions actually about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I've actually asked these questions for some other people, and it spurns a lot of great conversations. So Trent doesn't know what I'm going to ask him. This is going to be completely off the cuff. We don't need to get into any great length of detail. 8 music questions. First one, band you hate.
Pink Floyd.
Damn it. I think you're lying.
Well, I'm saying that for you.
I know. I'm just.
There are some bands I hate. I got to stick with Pink Floyd just because of the Amigos.
Now it's almost like a joke. It's like Batman was a thing with one set of friends, and now you hating Pink Floyd is a whole thing with another set of friends. So I get it.
I respect Pink Floyd, but
they're not your thing. I get it.
No.
Mine, by the way, was Nirvana.
Well, a lot of people right now. Oh, Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam, yes, another band that I like. So we do disagree on certain things. I actually love Pearl Jam, and you don't.
No, I can't stand that band.
All right.
Hold on, I gotta give you one more that I hate.
Oh, sorry, we're on question 1 still. Go ahead.
That band that sucks. That Gwyneth Paltrow was married to the dude.
Oh,
Chris Martin.
Coldplay?
Yes.
Not a fan, huh?
How in the hell they sold out Texas Stadium supposedly? I mean, who thought that they could fill that place up?
There's a lot of people that like them.
If you really like Coldplay and you were thinking about donating, I love Coldplay. They're awesome. Just playing. Right. I'll hate them anyway, no matter what you do.
That's funny. All right, overrated bands, or what? Just one. I just need one, not 3.
Overrated?
Yeah. Can't repeat.
Oh, I was like, just
can't repeat.
Just make the list.
It's really a thought-provoking question, because there are some powerful brands. There's bands, there's brands, and there's bands, and there's some powerful brands of some bands that I just don't get. I'll tell you mine in a minute, but I want to know what you think.
Well, okay, so like I could say this. In country music, I think Florida Georgia Line sucks. But they're like guys that were singers in bands that couldn't make it, so they said, hey, let's put some pretty boys together and act like they can sing country, and they can't. All right. Overrated from, let's say, the 80s genre, even if I enjoy some of their songs, Poison.
Okay. Yeah.
They're way overrated. They're fun, but as far as a band that should be able to sell out and all that stuff.
Mine was the Grateful Dead.
Well, I thought everybody thought they sucked.
No, apparently they have a loyal legion of fans that think they're the greatest thing since sliced bread.
But just remember, all those people are dropping acid.
Band that surprised you.
That surprised me in what way?
Like maybe you didn't know them, or you knew of them but never heard of them, and maybe you had a preconceived notion. Then you went either to a concert or you heard them and you went, okay, nope, I get it.
I'll tell you one of my favorite bands that I didn't want to like because I heard one song and I was like, I don't even like what this guy's singing about. And they became one of my favorites. and that's Matchbox 20.
Yep. Which song did you not like?
Push.
Right.
Because I didn't. Well, no, because I didn't pretty much comprehend the music, or the lyrics, and I was like, "What a dick," you know. I wanna push you, and I will, and that. I was like, no. And then I listened to other songs. Not that I still don't even listen to that song much. And I was like, these guys are really good, and he's really good lyrically. I mean, well, obviously he's a good. He writes the music too, So it's kind of. But yeah, Matchbox 20 is definitely one of those groups that I really, really like that I didn't want to like. I thought,
Yeah.
no.
Band that made you love music.
Well, I've always liked music, so I never got into rock and roll, hard rock,
right,
until I accidentally heard Kiss at my friend's house in Wisconsin, and I went back to visit. And he played a song. I was like, "Hey, what's that?" And he's like, "I don't know." I said, "Can you play that one again?" He had a bunch of singles, and he played it again. I said, "Well, who's that?" And he said, "I don't know, Kiss." I didn't know who Kiss was. I'd never seen him, nothing. Okay, so they got me into rock because once I heard them, I was like, oh, wow, there's a different kind of sound. But anybody who kind of knows me, I've got this real disco part of me. And that comes from when I got my first cassette player. Plus, Donny Osmond was my first thing. Donny Osmond Superstar was my first album ever. Disco really kind of caught me because I liked the groove. So what happened? We get to order tapes for 13 of them for 1 penny. My first cassette player. I was like so excited. And what did I order? KC and the Sunshine Band's greatest hits. Helen Reddy's greatest hits. Charlie Rich greatest hits. And I also got some of those dance things, those compilation like K-Tel, they were all in that thing. And anybody who's ever seen it, I've got various types of dancing when I actually could dance, or not dance well, just different styles. But I love disco.
We'll call it KC and the Sunshine Band since that was kind of your first, but yeah, I get it. Disco in general.
Yeah.
What? So band that changed your life then?
I'm gonna have to say, changed my life. Okay, I was into the Beatles and I was into the Beach Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, even before the disco, and that's because I heard them. And when I say anybody ever asks me what my favorite band is, I never say Kiss. Everybody knows I love Kiss, but Kiss is a whole different entity for me. It's just kind of always been around when I got introduced to music, rock music. And there are songs that nobody ever heard of that from their crappiest album ever, there's 2 songs that are great songs to me. One is called I, and that's about I believe in me. I believe in what I'm capable of. I have faith in me. Another one was World Without Heroes, because I think that's a really, really good song. And the words, I'm a lyrics guy, so I really get into the lyrics. But I would say they changed my life in the sense that I told my mom and dad not too long ago that they said, "Oh, I remember when we gave Trent to talk about the birds and the bees." And I was like, that conversation never happened. My mom goes, "Well, where'd you learn all that stuff?" And I said,
Destroyer.
No, I said I had to learn from the streets, Mom. I had to go to the streets and learn. And but actually, it's close to Destroyer. It's Rock and Roll Over, which is my favorite Kiss album. But if you go on there, there's all sorts of naughty stuff on that album, and that pretty much changed my life in the sense that I got opened up to music that I never even had heard of before.
Well, I'm glad that's the one that changed your life, because God knows it ended up being mine. And we'll talk about this in this next question, because I've seen Kiss more times than I've seen my favorite band. So damn you.
Yeah, right.
So the next question, we're wrapping up here. Couple more. Band that's your guilty pleasure.
Oh, I've got a lot of those. Back in the day when I was a rocker, um, I liked Wham and George Michael and Duran Duran, and no matter how much I made fun of them, and Ultravox and certain other bands that were more new wavy. And back then it was, I'm a freak, I'm a rocker, I'm a roper, but I listened to everything. But yeah, you didn't want to be that pink-haired guy with the hair down to here and mascara if you were actually trying to be like, rocker. So yeah, I've always liked those. But guilty pleasures, I'm I love Prince. I love this one's gonna make people gonna make fun of. I actually like Luke Bryan, so it's really weird because I don't think I would like Luke Bryan. But guilty pleasures, yeah, it's In Vogue is another one that I like to listen to a lot.
Well, you nailed that better than I did, because I guess you've really put the definition of what people see guilty pleasure as. I actually said Kiss was my guilty pleasure. And it's because I never really knew anything about them. And then I didn't know anything about them after the first concert. And even after the first concert I went with you, I didn't know anything about. But now that I know a little bit about them, I've heard them, I've seen them, and it's about the show. It's about the spectacle. It's about the theatrics. It's about the production. So for me, I'm not going to put a Kiss album on just to listen to it necessarily, but I like it. So when I hear a song that comes on the radio, I go, "Yep, that's Kiss," and I like it. And that's kind of how I define guilty pleasure.
Let me tell you something. I think George Strait is a legend. I think he's great. I mean, I do. I mean, there's nothing about it. We went to Vegas and we ended up going to see a George Strait concert. And this is right before they really hit it big. So it was George Strait. We were out at some racetrack. It was George Strait, Tim McGraw, the Dixie Chicks, Jody Messina. It was just when they all hit. And I went, and it was like a Texas jam of country. And I will tell you that I am so happy I went and saw him that time, because I've never wanted to see him again. It's one of the most boring shows I've ever seen in my life. Now, I was with somebody, so I wasn't looking at any kind of hot chicks walking around, if there were any, because nobody was hotter than mine. But I never wanted to see George Strait again. I've been on George Strait's boat. I've been to his house, down the house he had at Port Aransas. I don't care to see George Strait again, because he's so good that I could have got the CD and it sounds great. And I wouldn't have had to sit out in the heat and do all this and be literally waiting for that big moment in the show. So I'm happy that I got to see him. It's like about I got to see Elvis or the Beatles or something, because no matter how good they are, seeing legends is a big deal. People don't maybe know this, but a lot of times I can't go to Ranger games or I can't go to concerts, even though I try. You had talked to me about if I wanted to see Billy Joel, if I wanted to see Elton John, just these different concerts. Of course, I'd want to go, but physically, I haven't been able to do those things. We've been to some where you've seen me bent over, just not feeling it, not be able to stand. I'm glad I saw George Strait. I wish I had seen Paul McCartney. That was another one, because I may not be able to go see these people, and then people pass away. Or what were we going to see? Hall & Oates.
It's
Hall
been
and Oates.
it's been rescheduled for the September of next year.
Well, we need to pick up those donations so I can make sure to make it that far. That's a joke. But okay, so what people may not realize, my first concert with my friends that wasn't at Six Flags, or something like that, was at Reading Arena, was Asia. And me and my buddies, they know who they are. And we went to that show. That was like all of our very first concert. But my very first concert was supposed to happen before that. And guess who it was? Hall and Oates. That was going to be my very first concert. Something happened, wasn't able to go. So the fact that when you said, "Hey, you want to see Hall and Oates?" I'm like, yeah, because they were supposed to be my first, maybe they'll be my last. And then that got canceled. So if I'm going to Hall and Oates concert, don't even bother buying tickets because it's going to get canceled.
So. Well, I already have the tickets. Remember?
No, I know, but I just mean for anybody out there.
Oh, I got you.
If it's anywhere close to where I would be going, it's not going to happen. I love Hall and Oates. That's not even a guilty pleasure. That's one of my top 5.
All right, last question. We're gonna kind of sum up and wrap up here.
Okay.
Because this hasn't been long enough.
I had a boss. Hey, Derek, you'll appreciate this. I had a boss once who asked me a question, and I told him the answer. And he says, "Trent, I asked you what time it was, not how to build a watch."
All right, last question. Band you can't stop listening to. You could take this a lot of different ways. I took it in a way that I've got a band that I listen to incessantly. I listen to them all the time. They're definitely one of my favorites. They're not my favorite, but I listen to them constantly. If it's in the car, I listen to it. If it's on my Spotify, I listen to it. Anytime, anywhere, I'm listening to this band.
Okay, I have certain ones. I have certain CDs that are in my car, and it's kind of funny who they are. It's not funny at all. Kool and the Gang is one of my favorites, and they are always in my car. The Gap Band is actually in my car.
You just dropped a bomb on me. Wow.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Come on, ride the train. Never mind. I don't want to go into that. Yeah, no, the Gap Band, those goofy brothers from Oklahoma. I mean, they dressed like Crazy Ray at the Cowboys thing or Dale Evans. They had funky outfits. When I saw them, like a video of them live, I was like, what are they wearing? And I found out they were from Oklahoma, and so they were really part of Texas. But it was just funny. But I love them. I have Matchbox 20. You know who else is? And I don't even like him that much. But that really good singer that does the stupid show, Blake Shelton. Mm-hmm. I just like the way that guy can sing so many different styles of songs and not sound exactly the same. So I've got him in there. What's funny is I don't ever have any Kiss in there. Never. Unless somebody's riding with me or I know they want to hear it, which is like 2 people ever in my whole life. What about you?
Steely Dan.
Okay, I love Steely Dan too. And I know not as much as you guys, you and Marty and Devin and Thomas, but I love Steely Dan. Yeah. Well, I also have Def Leppard, old Def Leppard, like the first 3 albums. Well, the 4, but nobody knows the first one, the second, third. Well, I've talked about this before. Triple Shots when you find a band that can put out 3 albums in a row that are incredible, that's really something. Because they were churning out albums, you know, a lot of bands. Every year there was a new album. So, you know, you had like Night Ranger did it. You know, some bands were able to pull that off. Some bands have some of the greatest albums of all time, and they don't have one other one that I like. Guns N' Roses. Their first album is something unbelievable. The rest of that crap is okay, but that's not my thing. Yeah, you know I got wordy. I didn't want to. I told you I didn't want to, and it happened anyway.
Well, just to kind of put a wrap on that, I told you it, you know, before we even got this thing started that, you know, we had talked about this yesterday. I said, you know what, Trent, we got to have a plan, and it's going to be 30 minutes. And then I slept on it, and I woke up this morning. I was like, there's no way in hell I'm going to, one, get it to 30 minutes, and two, it was jokingly saying that, of course. No, this was important because I knew that we were going to be talking for a while, and I wanted to make sure that we had the opportunity for you to say everything that you wanted to say. And I know you didn't even say it all. We could talk for another couple hours and still be coming up with all the explanations and things to say.
I want to say one thing.
Yeah.
And it's very important for me to say. And I've said it already, and I've said it in different ways, but I have to say this. I want to make sure that people understand how much I do really appreciate this. And one, I want to thank you, and I want to thank every single person out there that have been my friends in my whole life. And no matter what happens or what's going on or how it goes, and I just really appreciate the fact that I have some great people in my life. And, you know, I'm talking about friends. I had some great family too. I really do. And I'm lucky in that regard. I'm lucky that I've got friends like the people that are out here. And I always will be grateful and thankful for all of that. I just want them to understand that anytime that I did it, I mean, I can't say it, cut myself off from the world, it wasn't because I just didn't want to talk to people. I had to focus to get as far as I'd gotten, and then this came out of nowhere, and it was just like, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. And I was the camel. So I need to say that I really appreciate that, and I want to make sure everybody understands it. And they will be hearing from me. It's just been, I got to fit it in between certain things. And you'd think, hey, can't you just send a quick message? It doesn't work that way with me. If you've never read a message of mine, if you've never received a phone call from me, if you ask me one question, you're stuck. So you're going to hear it all. And just please, I hope you understand that. And just, I've said it over and over that I would never ask. I am asking again. Not because what people have done has been amazing and more than enough, and it's gotten me here, but I know it's not quite where I need it to be, but I don't have anything has been a bonus at all. I mean, and it means the world to me. And I said I don't ever want to ask. You know, I kind of want to finish this off. And I know that if I'm real with myself and not trying to convince myself that I'll make it happen no matter what, the reality is I need any help. That any help I can get. I just wanted to make sure I said that so people understand that it's not just you, and say it myself, not have other people say it for me.
That's important, and I think that's a good way to wrap things up, Trent. And look, we've got a lot of living to do, a lot of fight still ahead, and a lot of things going on. So everyone who's watched so far, thank you for everything you've been on. Any questions that are in the comment section, we're going to get to those. We'll make sure that we'll answer them. I'm going to get this posted up. It's going to be on Facebook on a couple of pages. It's going to be on Trent's page. I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel, and we're going to just make sure that it's available for people who haven't been able to see it here. But it is on this Facebook page. It's on my personal page. It's also going to be on my music page called Music by Chance. And it's going to be there for replay. Thank you for everyone that's come. Thank you for everyone that's donated. Thank you for the kind words that you've given myself and the kind words you've given Trent, sincerely from the bottom of my heart. And Trent's already expressed it the same way. Thank you. It's the hope that brings more promise of a better future. And I don't think I can say it better than that. So with that said, Trent, thank you for coming and putting up with my crap and making you do this and getting to where you needed to be so we could do this. I love you, brother. And that's all I got. You got anything?
Yeah. Hey, when you do that like scrolly thing across the bottom of the screen,
yeah,
can you maybe put it like right in the section where it covers my face? I didn't really do my hair and makeup, and that's true about this video stuff. About
lighting is important.
Well, yeah, because I'm like going, man, I got this thing, and I've definitely proven to myself why I removed all mirrors from my place, and that I definitely should have been on the radio because I have a face for it.
I don't think we can end better than that. Everyone, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining in. We'll see you guys. Take care.
Thank you.